5,
Hello,
4,
Gia. Are you
3.
there?
Hello. I was counting down for you.
Oh, thank you. That's helpful. Yes.
No problem.
All right. So we've got Fridays and Mondays episodes to talk about.
Yep. We don't
I would.
remember Friday, but you probably rewatched it because
I
of Deadwood.
rewatched it, but it also was a bit seared in my mind because there were some very good
Oops.
performances I thought on Friday.
All right.
Um, Especially like when Spencer and Ava were talking outside of the babies
Oh,
area.
right. Yeah, yeah. Spencer's been in award-winning mode for a
He
couple
really
days.
has been. Yeah. I remember back when he won his Demi, I felt like Trina had been slighted, but he's living up to the award now.
He's living up to the hype. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That kid's on fire.
He's bringing it. He's
He
bringing it.
is. He is. And
Yep.
I feel he can hold his own with Ava, which not everybody can do.
Right. Not everybody can go up against Ava. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
arms were flailing.
And they
Um,
seem like they're more muscly than they were before, even.
he might be hitting the gym, or maybe he's just growing up.
Maybe.
We don't know how
Yep.
old these kids are.
We don't,
Trina,
do
on the
we?
other hand, just looked tiny today.
She looked
She was
tiny.
standing next to Joss, and I was like, is Joss really tall, or is Trina really small?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe usually they both have some sort of heel on, and maybe Joss was the only one who had shoes
I
on or
don't
something.
think, based on the outfit, that she would have been sporting a heel. I could be wrong,
I don't know either,
because
Gia. I don't
what do
know.
I know? But anyway,
But
okay. I
yeah,
was looking
so
up. I did a
Mhm.
little Googling today.
Did you? Okay. No wonder you're
Just a
tired.
little bit. It could be.
Mhm.
Well, it was based on a thing I heard Trina, the actor who portrays
Mhm.
Trina, say on
Mhm.
a. Do you ever watch the little 7 questions with Bradford and what's his name?
Oh, and Steve Burton.
Steve Burton, former Jason.
No, I
Um,
haven't.
oh well, it came up on a YouTube thing, so I watched a minute or two, and they were asking about the name Sprina.
Uh-huh.
And she
Right.
kept referring to it as something, and I couldn't tell what she was saying, but it was ship name. Their ship name. Now, do you know this term?
Oh, their
You're
ship
because you're
name.
pretty hip.
Is it like
You're always cutting edge about this
ship?
cultural things.
Am I? I guess I'm gonna let
No,
you
that
down now.
is kind of sarcasm, really. But,
Well, I do know who Post Malone is.
do I?
Do you?
Yeah, who is it?
No. Oh,
Okay.
he's kind of a hip hop guy who's been popular for a while now.
Now, how would I know that?
Well, see, I mean,
You didn't even know what I was quoting in our text earlier. God.
this
Okay,
is
anyway, I'm getting off the
going off
topic.
the rails.
We're going off the rails. We're just insulting each other now. We can do that later. So a ship name, and I was like, okay, so she did say ship name, so I'm looking it up, and I thought, well, ship names, maybe it's like literally, like people have goofy names for boats. I thought maybe
Uh-huh.
that
I
was
was
a
thinking
reference.
like courtship, but no, or
Well, you're
relationship.
close.
No.
Relationship. So,
Okay.
I think you made fun of me for using the term sprina.
Did I?
I think
Today
you
or
did.
at another time?
Another time, not yet today. You still might.
Okay. I still
You
it's
still
early.
might, but the name, so Sprina is their ship name,
Okay. Yeah.
okay? And yeah, it
Uh-huh.
has to do with relationship, nothing to do with
Mhm.
goofy boat names. Because I was like,
Yeah.
initially when
Uh-huh.
I Googled, I was like getting actual names of boats, and that was not
Sure.
helpful.
Mhm.
But anyway, so it comes from like fandom, and what it actually started with the show The X-Files.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
And so what it really is fans that want 2 people to be together. So
Uh-huh.
they're like
Oh, they start
relationship. They
pushing it.
start, yeah, and so they're
Uh-huh.
like relationshippers was
I
kinda how it
see.
started, and then it just got abbreviated as, shippers and then ship names. They'd come out, and there was all, and then it's got all this
Like,
complicated stuff in like Japanese anime and all this,
ugh, I
having to do with. I mean, and there's like same
it
sex
doesn't sound
couples.
like you really
Um,
really learned anything valuable today on Google, Gia. Did you?
I feel
Hello?
I'm feeling judged there. And I feel like your judgment is way off. Because I was fascinated by it. I didn't even have time to
Really?
go all through it. Yeah.
Oh
Because I
boy.
thought, well, and sometimes there's significance in whose name would come first, and it may or may not be like, I think there was a ship name for two of the characters from Supernatural, which did you watch that? I loved all those boys on that show.
I'm using this time to take a little nap. So just do what you got to do to get this out of your system.
You're a little hostile today. Um,
It's been a real Monday.
but I think there was a ship name for Castiel, and who was an angel, and
Uh-huh.
Dean or something like that. But anyway, so Sprina. So I don't know if there's any significance in his name coming first, like he's the more dominant. But so
Yeah, it
people that
would have been
came up with the
Trencer.
names, huh?
Does Sprina sound better than Trencer?
Maybe it has to do with just how it sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were coming up with a ship name for me and my old man. I'm like, oh,
Ooh, yeah, I guess.
that's not working. But anyway, so that ship name, it I assume have been created by people that wanted them to get together,
All
you
right.
know?
Uh-huh.
And so the first ship name for, who was it? Mulder and Scully, was because people wanted them to get together. Did they ever get together?
I don't remember.
I don't either. I did used to watch that show, but it was always like late night, like reruns late in the
Mhm.
night.
Yeah, it was just complicated enough that I was always losing the thread.
Well, I don't think, I mean, maybe they used to have the threads make sense, but I think they were big on atmosphere and mood and not
Yeah,
so big
yeah.
on
Uh-huh.
actual, comprehensible plots that,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Comprehensible plots. That's what we want.
yeah,
That's what we need.
it was big on spookiness, and
Yeah, I
but
was thinking that was one of the appeals of including the current Magnum PI is that they
Mhm.
spell it out for you every 10 minutes or so. So
That's the
y
appeal of it?
I think so for
It's like,
people
so it's
like
for
us
stupid
who are
people?
sort of yeah, yeah, you know? It
Is
feels
that,
like
did the old one do that too?
I think it probably did because I
Now,
like
here's
that
silly
one
me,
too.
I thought the appeal was, Tom
A
Selleck's
man in
hairy
shorts.
thighs. Those shorts, good God.
Yeah, looking
I
looking
mean,
for, like, the shadow of his wiener in his
well,
shorts.
I just surprised nothing was peeking out, you know,
Mhm,
at
mhm.
some point,
Yeah.
because they were like old school NBA shorts,
Yeah, I
where I was
used to
like,
think
"How
he
did those
was
guys
so
play
hot.
this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
I
you didn't?
well,
That was
yeah.
probably during the Friends era, is that when you thought he was hot because you
No,
loved
no,
Friends?
no, just during the Magnum era, even during Friends, he definitely looked more like a dad, like the way his pants, like, rose up
Mm.
around his waist, you know?
Does he wear them like high-waisted kinda over the belly
Kind of
button?
kind
I don't
like a
really
man
know.
like a dad, you know?
Like a dad.
I mean, I think I did
My
enjoy
poor dad wears
the
his hanging off
Monica.
his ass now, but,
Oh, yeah.
unless they're hitched up with with some suspenders or something, but
Yeah, right, right, yeah.
huh. I guess
Anyway,
I'm gonna have to study Tom Selleck's pants a little more, but, um,
okay.
mostly I've seen him in Blue Bloods, I guess,
Yeah, well,
and he's usually
definitely he
wearing, like, a
seems
trench coat or something in that,
uh-huh, yeah,
seems like. That
yeah,
sounds creepy. He doesn't
or
do
like
anything
a
creepy.
does he wear, like, a big cardigan sometimes?
Yeah, yeah, it's very,
Mhm.
like, Wilford Brimley.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
patriarchal, reassuring, the old
Mhm,
world
head of the
order is
table
still the
kinda guy.
best. Yeah,
Yeah, mhm.
except he's head of the table, but then he has his even more annoying father, the grandfather,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and that
uh-huh.
family dinner at the end, like, oh my god.
Ugh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with that show after a few
I watch it
seasons.
with my dad, speaking of dads,
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah,
thing we
makes
do.
sense. Sure,
I
sure.
sometimes drink heavily during that phase, but
Yeah, that makes sense too. Uh-huh.
anyway, that's what I learned on
Anyway.
Google, ship names. So,
Oh boy.
I think I'm gonna be a shipper, a
There's gonna be a new
relationship shipper.
drinking game, and people are gonna drink every time that you say the word ship. You set it up 40 times so far. I should have been drinking.
I would like to get this thought out. I'm gonna be a shipper for Ava
Oh my
and
god.
Austin, so
Oh,
I'll have to
that's a
come up with
tough
a
one. How do you put
I
those
don't
names
know.
together?
Aveston? Aw
Mm, a
Ava?
Ava. Yeah, that wow, they really screwed themselves with that one, didn't they?
And I don't know, like, with the rules about using the last names, but that
Yeah, right. Well, and he's got the hyphenated last name,
right.
which
I would just like for
complicates things.
them to their cover story to be that they're in a torrid, hot romance,
Uh-huh.
both
Yeah, yeah.
rebounding,
Uh-huh.
and,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think
Let's
so
shift
too.
over to your good ideas.
Wow.
Well, that was like 10 minutes on the
Bazinga,
history of ships.
bazinga. You're lucky I'm pretty tough-skinned. Ooh, okay.
Oh, I'm
Now
sorry, Chia.
you may speak. You lead the ship
I'm
now.
completely
You
lost.
steer.
I've grown weary of this. Let's see. Okay, so all right, we had a lot of Esme, a lot of hospital bed acting, and I think she's still going
Yeah.
strong in that area. She
Was there something
also
wrong with one of her eyes today, though? I was like,
it looked
"What's going on?"
like the I don't know, like the makeup was smudged or something
Maybe it was
under
just
one
the
of them.
makeup.
I
Alright.
don't know, or maybe it was like a weird shadow, like what's his name, Drew's
Like a
nipple.
nipple shadow, yeah.
Hmm. But there was an interesting moment when Mac was questioning her, and she let it slip that she called the baby
Oh,
Ace.
Ace, yes, and so I was like, "Okay, is that a slip or is that just her
Right,
subconscious kinda
right.
waking up and coming
She,
back to her,
yeah,
but she
and
doesn't know it yet?"
yeah, and I thought the acting was really good right in there because she's like,
Yeah,
where did that come from? And it
yeah,
seemed sort of genuine.
and I also
Um,
just love the name Ace for the baby.
I know you do, Gia.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
could
it's a
just see
good
it on his little
nickname.
crib, Ace,
Yeah, Ace.
you
Yeah, I
know?
guess so. All right, sure, sure. Why not?
It's super cute. And,
Mhm,
I speaking of babies, I have a
mhm.
question.
Yeah,
So we have Amelia and now we have Ace. Is that the
right.
same baby?
I was wondering that too. Finally, we're coming together. That was the same thought. I thought they could probably get a good deal for a baby.
Because I was like, "Oh my god, another kinda super cute baby." I'm turning into
Mhm.
a baby lover, and then I was like, "That's the same baby." They just put different I mean, you can't tell male, female at that point, but it had the same cute
Yeah.
complexion and everything. It was
Mhm.
pretty cute.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? To just
We
have
haven't
one
seen them in
baby.
the same scene yet,
No,
so
we haven't. We haven't. And I mean,
mm,
obviously, if I can believe that Ryan and Kevin are two different people, then I have no trouble
yeah,
believing that this same baby is going to be multiple characters,
multiple babies. I
like
almost said
up to six, I would say. And then they
I
need to get
almost
another baby because
and yeah, then
that's
they get a 20-year-old after that, and they just do that aging process. That has a name too,
yeah.
but I can't think of what it is, the soap opera child aging
Oh,
process,
it does have a name, like an
Yeah,
official
yeah, but I
term for
can't
that.
yeah, like a soap opera, slang for
Oh, interesting. I
yeah.
didn't know that.
I
See,
know, well, you're busy.
you could have started with that.
Well, I just thought of it just now, but I've read it, but I can't remember what it
Okay.
is.
All right. But yeah,
Ace
good
Ace
stuff. Good
Ace
stuff
Prince.
on
Ace Prince,
Esme's.
Ace
Yeah.
Cassadine, will it be a Cassadine? I mean, it will be ultimately be a
I guess
Cassadine.
so. Yeah.
Ace Cassadine the
Yeah.
3rd or something.
What 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 did you think of the scene with Elizabeth and Molly and Dante and
Today,
Scotty? Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
having a hard time finding Molly believable. I don't know
Yeah.
why, because
Well, I was thinking like another time we don't know the time frame really of how long she's been studying,
yeah,
but could she suddenly be an ADA? I mean,
she's
did
an
they
assistant ADA, I guess,
but
but
did they ever talk about her like
I
taking
don't
the
know.
bar? I
They don't
forget.
give her enough time to
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
know anything about her character, but she just seemed uber young.
Yeah,
Mm,
definitely. And this is kind of a big sort of deal
yeah,
for
but I like
but
seeing her. I've always liked her as a
yeah.
character.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I wish they'd give her a little more
Yeah.
beefy stuff, a little time. I mean, like,
Mhm.
both she and Sasha, I find very appealing as characters,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
they don't really they don't really
Sorry.
extend their storylines, you know?
No, I mean, some of these people we're just gonna kind of forget where they fit in, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And,
But otherwise, I thought the scene was pretty good. It was totally shocking news to the police, to everyone.
shocking news to the police. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
Scotty looked really styling.
I know,
The
yeah.
hair and the
The
glasses and
glasses, yep,
yeah,
yep. Mhm.
so I like
Yeah.
that. Elizabeth looked appropriately pale.
Mhm, very pale. She did look very pale. I didn't know if that was really that seems like such a simple little thing for her to just come in, speak her piece, and then just
And then you're
be
free.
free
Well,
to go, you know?
that was her reaction too,
Yeah,
like,
I was
"I
like
haven't done my
and
penance,"
then
you know?
one of them should have said, Listen, this is a soap opera. We have to cut corners, you know?
You know, yeah.
We didn't rent out the courtroom today, so we're doing it here."
Yeah, but yeah, what did you think? How did you like it?
Well, I guess I'm glad that she's off the hook. You know, I didn't really want her to go down for anything.
Do you
Um,
think, when they were talking about reasons that she shouldn't admit the truth, and they kept laying the guilt trip
mhm.
about, the boys, the boys, the
Right,
boys,
right, yeah.
and then she'd pick up a picture of she and 2 boys. Are we supposed to is that supposed to mean something?
I don't think so. I
I
don't
just thought
think
that was odd.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, Gia.
I
Maybe.
mean, I know there are pictures or, in my family
Yeah.
home, there were different combos of family
Right,
members,
right. I think
but
that's maybe all it
I
was.
don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
just thought symbolically you should pick up, maybe she just
Uh-huh.
doesn't like that one boy. I forget which one it was. Like, I know my grandmother had favorites and,
Really? Yeah.
yeah, and, guess what?
What
It wasn't
wasn't
me.
you?
I came right before I was, almost at the bottom. I was second to the last. I was right before my cousin David. I don't know what he did
Uh-huh.
to be last, but I
Huh.
was
Wow.
yeah, I was middle to bottom of the list, but
Oh,
yeah,
geez. Well.
yeah, and I could feel it, but I didn't know why.
I can't imagine why, Gia. I'm sure
Maybe I was
maybe
noisy or something. She wasn't like a
mm,
cookie, bacon, huggy, lovey kinda grandma.
yeah, neither was mine. Mm.
She was a lovely woman, but,
Mhm.
yeah, not fuzzy
M'kay.
warm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Anyway, I just wondered if that was some harbinger of death.
Death. Wow. I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I don't know. It seems like it could have just been, like, sloppiness on their props person's
Hmm.
part.
Well,
I
no
don't know.
props to the props then.
Oh,
Eh.
oh dear. Yeah. And then,
She kinda feel like my grandmother tonight.
I'm I'm really understanding where she was coming from. It's kind of obvious, Gia.
I speak too much truth, huh? Is that what it is?
Oh god. Speaking of, truth, what did you think about Ava and Austin's scene where, she
It
was
or
well,
today that was today, right?
yeah, she's kind of
Or she kinda
freaking
went
out,
in and got yeah,
and
and
he was
she's like,
trying to
"Get up,
talk
get
her
up."
down, you know,
Yeah,
at first, yeah, and then at the end of that, it looked like he was gonna get up,
yeah.
didn't it?
I think her slamming in and out of his room as many times as she did was gonna attract
Mhm.
attention no matter what,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
shouldn't have
uh-huh.
kept slamming in and out of there. Um,
Yeah.
I like
Usually
them
she's
teaming up.
cooler than that. Mhm,
Yeah, but
mhm.
she's right. I mean, they're headed over there.
Yeah, she's right,
So,
yeah.
the anticipation for us is the body still there? Um,
Exactly, yes, that is a big question that we'd like to have answered.
and do you think they had any lime that they sprinkled over it or
To kill the smell?
because at this point, like, I had a very busy weekend and just got to some dishes today that were had been
Uh-huh,
and
yeah,
unfortunately, there was, like, a stack of bowls with some, like, crap and
yeah,
then water and then crap and
uh-huh.
water all stacked up, and that was
Mhm.
you get a little picture of our household.
Yeah, uh-huh, crap and water, okay.
And that unleashed a scent that, I mean, scent is a nice word.
Yeah,
So,
an
odor, I
odor,
guess I'm gonna say
uh-huh,
an odor that
uh-huh.
was, malignant. I'll say malignant,
Oh, wow.
and it had to be dealt with
Uh-huh. Well,
sternly. So,
you're
I'm just thinking a body,
yeah, I well, he was did they put him in, like, the stable closet or something like that? It seemed like
something
there was
like it
some
looked like he
hay
was
around.
sitting up or something, which doesn't
Yeah,
help the smell any. Well, what are you
yeah.
thinking? Is that,
I'm
like
just thinking maybe, like, it's not a heated part of
oh, okay.
the
Well, no, cats that
property,
I've
and it would be
they would have a
cold.
heated stable,
I guess so, yeah, I don't
wouldn't
know.
they?
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
So, okay, I don't know if there's a stench or not where, um,
I just like, are
Nicholas
we
is
gonna be in
concerned.
for a gory scene where we find Nicholas, like,
Like a shrunken
nibbled on by rats and what have you, and
Well, yeah, how long has it been at this point? Like, a week?
in general hospital time, that's hard to figure
Yeah,
out. A
yeah, it is
week,
hard to
yeah, I don't
figure
know
out,
when things start to smell, but I would
but you
think
think
pretty
regardless
quickly.
of whether or not it was, like, a week in real time or a week in hospital time, you think it
Hmm,
would still smell?
wouldn't it?
I
Gonna
I
have to
don't know.
Google it. Gonna have to
Oh,
Google
no,
it.
no.
And some
I
people
don't know.
smell when they're alive pretty bad,
That is
but
true, that is true. Yes. Yes.
I'm a little concerned, like, I'm considering making the leap to some of these no plastic products,
Mhm, mhm.
and of course, they're all crunchy granola, and so I'm thinking of switching to just the bar of antiperspirant that you rub in your
Yeah.
armpit, and I'm a little
Uh-huh.
concerned that it might not do the
Mm.
job.
Uh-huh. Alright, well, I
Um,
guess you just have to try.
we'll try, but it's a
Yeah.
hot climate, and,
Yeah, it is, that's true. You're really gonna be testing the product,
yeah.
aren't you, down there?
I did
Yeah.
think I used to try Tom's way back when, but I don't know if
Yeah, I like
I'm
the
also
smell of
cheap, and I
Tom's.
think I just was too cheap to buy the
Yeah. Uh-huh.
we'll
Mhm.
see, I'll let everybody know.
Yeah, okay, alright, we'll look
I
forward to
don't need
that.
the lipstick or anything like that, but
No, no, sure.
eh,
Um,
anyway, I'm
anyway.
hoping that the body will be gone, and so we'll have some hope
Me too,
that
yeah.
Nicholas lives on somewhere.
Yeah, cause you know how, Spencer was, like, all torn up thinking that he had
Yeah,
done all this stuff,
yeah.
and he had been weaponized, as we like
They
to
used the word weapon, but not weaponized, so
Right,
sometimes
right,
I
maybe
bummed
they
that they
may
didn't take
yeah.
that opportunity.
Yeah, I know, but definitely that's what happened, and then, it seemed like when he and Ava were talking and it like, in her like, cause she kept saying, "This was all Ryan's doing, Spencer," and
Yeah.
it's like, was she trying to also, like, make herself feel better that she was just sorta
I
manipulated?
think so, because she also lumped that in with her killing Nicholas
Right,
today,
right, right,
you know?
yeah, yeah,
And I thought
and I
that's a little, like, more like a Nina kinda thought.
Yeah, it did feel and I understand that she really did love Nicholas. In a way, it's like it must be just torture for her to th
Yeah,
you know?
but she could have gone a legal route, not picked up a statuette
Yeah, sure,
and,
but yeah, it was all like, yeah, she was just all whipped up into a frenzy.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
she was sort of I don't know the legal, like, levels of what's manslaughter and
right,
what's
right.
homicide, you know? I'm
Mhm,
thinking it
mhm,
would be one of those lesser
mhm.
slightly lesser
Yeah,
charges,
hopefully,
but
hopefully.
hopefully she'll get away with it.
Right, right. Hopefully she will. But I still, I just felt bad for her
What's happened to
because
us? We just said we hope someone gets away with murder. I really hope she gets away with it.
no, you're right. Yeah, I know. Well, maybe it's because like she's finally sort of feeling remorseful, you know? And
Yeah,
it seems like it would be kind of shitty if this was the one time she actually got caught and was
and
punished, you
and was
know?
punished, that's
Yeah.
true.
But, yeah, you're right. We shouldn't be rooting
Well,
for
let's clarify that if this were real life, we
right.
would, of course,
These are
advocate
our
for
yeah,
her being, brought to
punished to the
justice
full extent of the law.
of
Yeah,
the law,
these are
yeah.
our soap opera morals, which are
Right,
different.
exactly, yeah.
For instance, we're fine with people getting bonked when they deserve to be bonked.
A little bonk in the head for a personality improvement is
Yeah, yeah, or a bath in
A-okay.
very ice cold water
Yep,
accompanied by a
yep.
bonk. We're fine with that too.
You know, you're talking about that, and then the back of my head, I'm trying to come up with a ship name
Curtis.
for
Oh,
Joss and Dex, and I'm thinking that's very hard.
Jax.
One-syllable
Oh,
names.
haven't they already I've seen that, haven't I? I've
Oh,
seen
you
a
probably have.
ship
What is it?
name online. Would it be?
Jex?
I think it must be Jex, which isn't very good either. I
Yeah,
guess
there's not much you
the
can do. You could do something with Jocelyn, and he's probably Dexter, like
it
Dextalin or
sounds
something
like
like that.
Dexatrim, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, that's like a weight loss,
Yeah.
I don't know if that
Huh.
exists anymore. People
I don't
probably
know
got
if it does either.
pretty
Hmm.
hopped up on that stuff.
Yeah. But, I think the lesson here is when you're coming up with names for characters, you should anticipate that they might
Yeah,
be merged with other
the
names,
blending of names, yeah.
Yeah, they should probably generally be at least 2 syllables.
Names will be emulsified. Um, yeah, they should be. Well, he's probably Dexter, right? Wouldn't that be the
I guess.
Dexter? I like that even more, that's cute,
You
Dexter.
do?
Yeah, I
You're
know
just
that's a creepy show that you watch
you're a
too, but
fool for Dex.
I'm a fool. Yep.
Um, where were we? We were
I
talking
don't know,
about
sorry.
Ava.
I'm pretty
Ava and
tired. I have
Spencer.
not slept well in days for no apparent reason.
Really? It was
Really?
you're still not drinking, right?
Is that it? Is that
I
the
wouldn't think
problem?
I don't think drinking helps your sleep though,
No,
so
you
that
think
doesn't
you
seem
sleep
like
better, but you actually get worse sleep because 'cause you're not
yeah,
really
yeah,
you're not in the good REM sleep.
right.
No, I've just
Hmm.
been I have a new program going, and it's sort of, I'm training myself with a routine, like a Pavlovian routine. I found that I
Uh-huh.
fall asleep, watching old Bob
Oh,
Newhart
yeah, yeah,
shows.
yeah, uh-huh,
And
that
so
makes
the old
sense.
man's like, "Why do you always put that on, you fall asleep?" I'm like, "You're right." So now I take my
Uh-huh.
phone and I watch it in bed. So
Okay.
I'm
Huh.
already,
Uh-huh.
in the like,
Right,
ready to
right.
sleep, and so it's like
Uh-huh.
a routine. I'm thinking that'll be my,
Mhm.
but it doesn't keep me asleep, that's the problem.
No, I think the phone thing, the presence of the phone kinda screws with you a little bit.
It probably does. But, frequently, he has to turn it off. I do fall asleep, I don't even know. But
Hmm.
there's something about his dry delivery,
Yeah, yeah,
deadpan wit.
right. It's a bit monotone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And
And the just
soothing, kinda soothing.
yeah, the soothing laughing track from the '70s, it just
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not working. I don't know what to do.
Hmm.
So that's to explain my battiness and my general irritating ways tonight. I don't know what your excuse is.
I don't know. No, it's just a real Monday. It was just a bad day from beginning to end, really.
Aw, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's alright.
You'll
But,
get through it.
Yeah, I don't know why people are in such a rush to be grown-ups because the grown-up thing is there's not a lot to recommend it, is there?
Well, there's a few things early on when, like, when you hit the 21 or the 18, the kind of
Mhm. Yeah.
the big things that you're, like, suddenly allowed to do that, you're getting out from under
Mhm.
the thumb. But yeah,
Right.
the thumb is a
Mhm.
safe place,
The
you just
thumb
shouldn't
is a
go.
safe place, yeah, yeah. We
Well,
didn't
for us, it
appreciate
was.
we
We were
didn't
lucky.
appreciate the thumb as much as we should have, did we?
No, no,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, well.
Sorry
Oh,
about
well.
that. Well, anyway, what else? Okay, how do you feel about Curtis and,
Oh, boy. Speaking about
Jordan's little confrontation there?
there's something so strained about all of those conversations having to do with that Portia, Curtis, all of that stuff. There's just like seems like nobody's having like a natural conversation. I don't know if that makes sense or
No.
not, but you know what I mean? It just
Well,
seems
Jordan never sounds natural, so that may be
yeah,
part
that's
of it, but,
true. That's
her
true.
delivery is still
Yeah,
so
sort of
stiff, but
clipped or something.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. But
I mean,
she was kind of full of shit, I thought, when she was talking to him today,
okay.
acting like she hadn't really, like, wound up
Oh, right,
Stella,
yeah, right, exactly,
some
when it
of
was
that
more
stuff.
like playing charades. I played charades with Stella, and she
Yeah,
figured it out.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, so I don't know. But
but
then,
she
like, she had a point, kind of,
yep. Yeah, that's
that
what I was gonna say. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Well, that I maybe they didn't nobody intended to hurt him, right?
Yeah, I thought she in a kind of nicer way than I would have said, she kinda said, "You're being an ass.
Yeah,
This
like
isn't about you," and then I
mhm,
thought it was nice at the end that he shows up at Trina's door,
mhm.
because to me, it's like Curtis went off like a big old baby to
Yeah.
have a big old baby hissy
Mhm.
fit,
Mhm.
and when to me, as parents, even if you're a brand new parent, you just found out you're a parent, the
Right.
person who's of the most concern should be
Mhm.
Trina, you know,
Mhm.
and he
Yeah.
just went off in his own little pity party,
Yeah,
like
just,
he's
like,
not even a
going
grown up,
around.
she's
Yeah.
like a 20-year-old or whatever, and her
Mhm.
world just got pulled out from under her,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
know his did too, whatever, but he's a grown up,
Yep, and he
you know,
did seem like he really genuinely loved Trina as a stepdaughter. So,
as
yeah,
somebody he could order
that should have
around.
been yeah.
I am so not team Curtis right now, he's gonna
I
have to work
know,
his way
I
back
know,
to me
I know. But
like
wouldn't
he
you say,
cares,
like,
but
he sincerely, like, cared about her, and was being
as a
protective,
form of
maybe,
like,
like
making him feel puffed up like he's a big man.
so okay, okay, so in this case, the thumb is an oppressive thumb.
I just didn't appreciate the way he came in and started, like, laying down, like, ground rules and blah,
Yeah,
blah, I
yeah,
just was like
uh-huh,
I just can't imagine as it would be very hard to be a
yeah,
step-parent. Very,
it
very
would be,
hard,
it would be.
and I have sympathy for people that do that, and
Mhm,
it's a different situation if you're a step-parent to a very young child.
right.
But he's coming in to a young adult, basically,
Mhm, yeah,
and being like, being in on talking, like parent talks with Portia.
mhm,
And I was like, that
mhm,
he should just be in the background with his mouth
yeah,
shut,
yeah, uh-huh,
in my opinion. That's how I
yeah.
would have run the show.
Yeah, yeah, you're right,
But
but,
I think he thinks he cares about Trina. So I'll
yeah,
give you that.
yeah,
That's my opinion.
uh-huh,
It's
okay,
okay if
yeah.
you and I have different opinions.
Yeah, sure, sure, uh-huh, and I think I'm mostly with you on Curtis being a dink these days.
Yeah, he'll stop being a dink at some
Yeah,
point.
hopefully, hopefully.
And
I don't know what that's
yeah,
gonna look like.
maybe Trina will bring him around to being a more
Maybe.
appealing
Mhm,
person. What I'd like to
mhm.
see is he goes back to Portia and she says, "It's not gonna work out."
I know. I didn't realize what an asshole you were.
Yeah, I would say,
Mhm,
like, "Okay, you drew the line at somebody lying to you, and I draw the line at
mhm.
somebody being so lacking in generosity of spirit and
Uh-huh,
humanity that
uh-huh.
they can't, you know, put themselves in somebody else's shoes for even
Right.
a
Yeah.
nanosecond.
Yeah. And actually, like, Taggart is looking pretty good to her right now because he's
Yeah, I
been
would
way
like
more
to.
compassionate.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get Portia and Taggart together.
Do you wanna say the word ship
Yeah,
again?
I'm trying to think of
Paggart or
Taggart,
Torsia.
Portia. That's good. I like that. We'll drop this next episode, people. I won't bring it up. I swear.
Don't make any promises, Gia.
Well, wouldn't that be cool to show them trying to like renegotiate
Mhm.
their
Yeah,
relationship
I
and
and I feel like that would be pretty easy to buy, you know,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
because they both
And
kinda
then
grown and been through, you know.
yeah, and they've both made shitty decisions and
Right,
admitted it.
right.
And I
Yeah,
mean, she just got caught. She didn't admit it, but
yeah, right. But
um,
they can kinda be their true selves with each other, which is
yeah,
kind of like
exactly.
what is refreshing in some of these relationships when you
Well,
feel
I-
like they
and
know each other.
yeah, and what's just become apparent is that Portia cannot be her true self with Curtis.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
ultimately what you really want is somebody that like accepts you for all of you. You know.
Yeah, and I almost feel like the squealing Portia was, like, part of her facade that she felt like she had to put on
Yeah,
for
yeah, like the
Curtis, you
perfect
know?
fiance, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because he's very like cliched. Here's what we do on Valentine's, and here's what we, like.
yeah, yeah.
Ugh,
I don't
yeah,
feel like he started out that way, but that's what he became.
yeah. I mean, I know the writers made him that. I know that's not,
Yeah.
because they had to set him up to be really, really, really angry
Right,
at this big reveal.
right. Yeah,
Because he
mhm.
did. You're right. He wasn't like that before.
No,
Um,
like, it seemed like he was like, he could have been hanging with Nika, and she would have been more well suited, I think, to him than Portia.
Oh, so you think he'll go to turn to her? That would be
I don't know.
something. Okay, I hope they're listening. Curtis, in a drunken fit of self-pity,
Oh,
sleeps with Mika.
Nika. Well, I think Nika's
Nika.
she's too smart to, I think, let something like that happen. I don't think
Mm,
she'd go for that.
no? Okay.
No, I don't think so. Because it seems like then she wouldn't have called Marshall when he was having his little pity party. She would have, like, come over,
Yeah, that's
and
true. Yeah,
used that.
maybe she's like, "Ew, Curtis, yuck."
Yeah, she's like a strong, independent person.
Okay.
I don't
But
think she's
let's pick somebody for Curtis to have a drunken one-time self-pitying fling with right now,
okay,
and then he's gonna
okay.
go crawling back to Portia,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and that'll be his big secret. Who
Huh.
would it be?
Who would
Jordan?
it be? Oh, oh, would Jordan fall for that? I wonder. Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Who else does he have good chemistry with? Ava?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Nina.
Nina? I mean, he and Nina were close, but I don't
Yeah.
see that happening, but,
No. Mm-mm. Hmm.
anyway, we'll have to think on that, but that would be
Okay.
a fun little, sort of classic plot twist to
Yes. Yes, it would be. Mhm.
to have the
Mm.
tables turn yet again where she can be Judgy McJudge face.
Or the other classic thing that happens is, like, Curtis would finally come around right at the point where she's decided he's not gonna come around, and she sleeps with Taggart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. That's nice. And then ultimately, the happy ending would be that Trina is Taggart's in the end
Oh, yeah,
anyway,
yeah, yeah. I don't know
and
why
they
nobody's, like, talking about
nah,
getting tested now
go
to
ahead and get
confirm this,
tested, yeah,
you
yep,
know? But,
yep,
anywho, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so good stuff could happen there.
Could. I mean, they've gotta pull something out of the wreckage of that storyline, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
shipwrecked.
yeah.
Um, how about, another big scene was, Heather and Esme.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty well played, I thought.
Yep,
I
yep,
mean, you knew, didn't you, that Esme was gonna, like, finally, like,
let her have
pull the
it,
rug out
yeah.
for, yeah, definitely, not let her, she let her have this nice illusion for, long enough that she could really do maximum damage by taking it away from her, I guess.
Yeah. and I don't know what's wrong with my
You thought she should have
but
opened her arms to Heather.
no, not quite that bad, but I found myself, my moral compass eroding, and I found myself
Uh-huh.
kinda rooting for Heather and,
Uh-huh.
feeling like, um, she was protecting Esme and that she would protect Esme in prison and that,
Mhm.
like, in her twisted mind, I think she does love her child, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Just her execution of,
Right.
uh, that feeling is
Mhm.
poor.
Yeah, yeah, somewhere in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, if they had, like, their environment controlled enough, maybe Heather could be just a loving, supportive mom, like, if they didn't have, like, the pressures of the outside world and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm thinking, when they listed all the people that Heather had killed, I was like, "Wow, that really was a lot of people," you know?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
And some good people, and
Yeah.
she obviously didn't care who it
I
was,
know.
but
Just
yeah,
she
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I
She
think
just, is missing something up there that
mhm, yeah, but she
yeah.
does play that character is I think it's well written and well played because you really do get the feeling of, like, this person who's mostly, like, be rational sort of in the way she talks, but then there is that, like, big sort of gap in
Gap,
her,
yeah.
you
But, I
know?
mean, the motivation really did feel like love, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
"Wow,
uh-huh.
what's wrong with me? Oh, no."
Yeah,
Um
but
um
it's kind of in a way, it's like Nina has this, like, hunger for something that
Yeah,
ultimately makes
yeah,
her feel better, and
yeah,
it's not about putting anybody else first, really.
yeah, and there's just some imbalance in them
Yeah,
that's, yeah.
mhm.
But I almost find Heather more appealing than Nina,
Yeah,
you
she's
know?
not quite as full of shit, I don't think,
I
as
think,
Nina.
yeah, that's what it is, I guess.
I guess, I guess. Yeah, huh.
And I do you think that Heather was setting Ryan up from the get-go? Like,
Mm,
I felt like all along she was trying to ditch him somehow and then just playing
yeah.
him.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
was I was thinking about that today too. I was thinking that if she had really been had any feelings for him, she would have hated Ava. She would have shot Ava as soon as she had the chance, right? Knowing that that was like
yeah,
his
if she still had carried a torch for
yeah,
him.
because he was so
Yeah,
fixated on him,
yeah,
that would have on her, she would have been so threatened by that.
right,
But
yeah, but
so
she just
yeah.
she weaponized her. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
she
there was so
literally
much
handed her a
weaponizing
weapon.
going
Yeah,
yeah, uh-huh.
a
So I
crappy
think she
weapon, but
right. I know, I know. But yeah, she probably that was the best outcome probably in her eyes,
yeah,
right?
well, I don't know, we'll see how long we've got Heather sticking around. I hope she sticks
Yeah,
around.
yeah. I
I
was
bet that
thinking
actor is having the time of her life doing
oh,
that.
I know, and she really should get a Demi for that part.
2
Um,
Demis, I don't know,
2,
bunch
yeah,
of Demis and some
yeah.
chicken McNuggets or something on top and I don't know, sprinkles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little scared for Laura when Heather was
Oh,
threatening her.
yeah,
She
I
was
was too. I was like, "Laura, how many times has she been in and out on her own?"
yeah, and
Yeah,
Laura's just a brave woman because she's
she
had to
is.
deal with threats from all kinds of terrible people,
She's spirited, yeah.
Yeah, she's so
Yeah, she just
so
stood her
strong.
ground. She's solid, I know.
Yeah. Oh, my.
She's my it sounds wrong to say she's my heroine, you know?
I know what you mean, yeah, she's definitely a role model, I would say.
Yeah.
She is wise and grounded and
She's and compassionate, very compassionate
compassion yeah,
all at the same time.
yeah, yeah, way more than I am. She's very good at giving people the
Yeah, you don't
benefit
have
of
to
the
tell
doubt.
me, sister.
I know, I know. I admire that in her,
Mm.
her ability to sort of, like, see the whole person.
Yeah, to stand her ground and not be pushed around or anything, but also to be so compassionate to people
Mhm.
who, maybe have made decisions that she wouldn't have made, but
Yeah.
to not be like Curtis, let's say
Yeah.
that, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And
Don't be like Curtis, that's,
right. So now do you think, when now that Elizabeth has confessed to her part in Esme's kidnapping, will that I mean, everybody's gonna know about that now, I guess, right? There's no,
It's
like
gotta leak out, right? I mean,
yeah, I think that would be, like, sort of something that
I would
everybody
think it's gonna come out when they realize that they need to start searching for Nikolas.
mhm, but
Um,
I wonder how Laura is gonna feel about that. I'm sure she'll
oh, yeah,
understand the
yeah.
position Elizabeth was in, but, you
Well,
know,
and we might
and
see a less
Cam.
compassionate Laura when she finds out what the role
Oh,
Ava played in
yeah,
Nicholas's death, and
yeah.
she's always been so kind to Ava and understood her
Yeah,
struggles.
and I loved how Ava and Spencer were together,
I
how
know,
they
and now
with
that's
each other.
also gonna be shot to hell
Yeah,
when I know.
yeah. So there's really gotta be no body. I don't even care if they don't explain what happened to the body. Just, like, leave it as a possibility that he's out there
That he's
somewhere,
out there somewhere, right? Like
right?
Bigfoot. Yeah,
Yeah, like Bigfoot.
yeah.
Oh, boy, but,
Okay. Well, we're really kinda getting deep today with
a
our
little bit.
feelings, you know,
But there were
our
some really
hopes and
good, like,
desires.
writing and the kinda conversations that I like when they really sort of, like, sit with a couple of people for a while, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I agree,
Yeah.
I agree.
So that's good stuff.
Are you gonna go see the movie Cocaine Bear?
I really like Carrie Russell, but I don't think so. Are you?
I don't know who Carrie Russell is, but
That's she was Felicity.
oh,
And, you
oh, oh,
know
kinda curly hair? Okay, I think
Yeah,
I know who you
yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah.
She's in it?
Yeah, she's in it. I just
Okay.
I got this like, had this fear that people are gonna go out with cocaine into the woods and
Oh,
try to
no.
make
Well,
bears get
the real story
high.
is just, like, a bear did get into, what do you call it? Brick cocaine or something?
Yeah,
That was
uh-huh,
dropped from smugglers or something, but
uh-huh.
it just died. Like,
Ugh,
that's the real story,
that's
you know?
sad, that's very sad.
Yeah, like, that's what
Yeah,
really happens.
yeah.
Um, so no, I'm not gonna go see it.
No, it seemed like a weird idea to make a movie out of it,
Does.
didn't it?
Yeah,
Huh,
yeah. I don't know
I
why
guess
that
they
came to me, I'm sorry. Uh,
That's okay, it just seems like well, maybe you were thinking of Nicholas out in the woods and stumbling upon a
maybe.
brick of
I think I was
cocaine.
thinking about Bigfoot, and I kinda went to
Yeah,
the woods,
yeah,
and
uh-huh,
that's where a cocaine bear would be,
uh-huh, sure.
and yeah. I mean, I'd rather see, like, marijuana raccoon or something like that, yes. Now that could be fun.
Or meth squirrel. No,
That's how
I don't
they
wanna
are
see
all
that.
the time.
I know, those little red squirrels.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Anyway. Okay,
Um,
well, we had a good solid couple days of General Hospital
we
delight.
did. Yeah, and they've still got a lot of stuff to work with, I
They
think. They could
do, yeah,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
we like that. We anticipate a lot of stuff. We've
Mhm.
given a lot of great ideas on how to work with the Portia Curtis Taggart
Yeah, and salvage
yes,
those
and
characters,
yeah,
yeah.
make it really great and,
Mhm.
bring Taggart on board, give him a contract. I mean,
Yeah,
what's the worst that could happen?
I know. I know, he's been very good lately, so it seems like he's earned his place.
I think so. He's like
Mhm.
I there's not a lot like, I'm frequently dislike a lot of the male characters, I feel like,
Mhm, yeah.
except for Dex. But, like, Taggart's my new fave.
Yeah,
Like
you've liked him for a while, but he's definitely, stepped up lately.
yeah. Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah,
So,
I agree, and
anyway.
he's got interesting chemistry with Sonny and other, people like so
Yep,
he would
yep,
be fun to
and
have knocking around town.
he's just such a galoot too, Like,
Yeah.
I like his physicality, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
So, yeah, I could see him, like, maybe he and Sonny could go a few rounds at
At
what's the
Volanino's
you know,
or I something like that. I know it has the
I
word
just wanted to
vulva
hear you
in
say
it.
it, yeah. We should probably just shut up now.
Okay, okay. I didn't think I'd be able to incorporate the word vulva into our podcast tonight, so
Somehow you did. I can't
thank
believe
you.
people are listening to this, but thank you if you are.
And if you are using us to torture people, then, we
Yeah,
understand.
trying to drive dictators out of other countries or something, we're happy to be
Maybe a
weaponized in
violation
that
of,
way,
like, the
yeah.
Geneva Convention or something, but anywho.
Anywho,
Okay,
it was
Gia.
fun. Okay, Keish,
Mhm.
I hope your Tuesday goes better than your Monday.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
I'll
very
send you
much.
some fun capybara stickers
Oh
maybe.
god.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, I better go now.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.